The Canopy Watch Company Field One. I don't want to call it the redemption watch. Kind of is. Their first watch, the diver one, was pretty dang awesome, and I showed that on video. But for some people, it was lacking in one critical area, especially for a dive watch, and it was partly just because of the materials that were available. Was the loom. Well, they more than redeemed themselves with this thing, because this has Lumicast C3X2. I did a video on this. They were the prototypes. Well, Mac, one of the owners, got the production models in and sent them in for me to show. So whether you're on the fence or maybe you've already gotten yours and you just like to watch videos of watches that you already have that maybe you're wearing, and if you are, you're wearing your Canopy Field One right now, chime in the comments, because guess what? I'm wearing mine too. So I have the orange one. I could not do it. Everybody keeps telling me I like orange watches, blah, blah, blah. So I'm looking into it. It turns out I do like orange watches, regardless of what shade of orange. I like them all. So I had to pick one up. There's obviously the safe one, the black one. The blue one looks killer. So you have some options in the lineup. I think there's a green one too, right? That one's, all four colorways are actually awesome. And I think it really kind of opens them up. I think they have such a home run here that future maybe special or limited edition colorways could potentially be offered, assuming the sales go okay. Because keep in mind, this is a newer brand. They have two watches out. They have the diver and now they have the field. So, and they're both of high level of execution. I think, you know, you have a really well sorted out watch. Great company name. I love the Canopy name. And I like the products, and I've hung out with Mac. I've hung out with the owners, like, had a good time. They're like legit, really cool young men. So, check them out. I'll put a link in the description. I have no like affiliation or anything like that with them. But I think they're offering a pretty good value for what the price point is. Price point real quick, just so you know, because maybe that'll scare you away, or maybe you'll be like, oh, I'm in. Currently on the website, they're $599. So $600. What do you get for $600? So grade 2 titanium, first and foremost. You guys know I love my titanium watches. And lately I've been more and more drawn to kind of non-divers, right? Which typically ends up landing in the field watch, but not always. And this one does that well. The case size is very important on this thing, and I think that's going to work for a lot of people. The case is only 39 millimeter. And the lug to lug, although when I have it on wrist, it feels like it's longer than what the measurement is that I took. It measures at 46.5 millimeter. So that's actually pretty short. And the bracelet end link here does not extend the lug to lug measurement at all. So if you have a smaller wrist, you'll be able to pull this off. If you have a 7 1/4 inch wrist, you'll be able to pull it off. No problem. The thickness with that double dome sapphire crystal is 11.7 millimeter. So pretty dang thin, partly due to the fact that this has the Miyota 9015 automatic movement in it. That's a pretty thin movement, so everything else can be reduced down. The lug opening here is only 20 millimeter. So you have a ton of options for pass-through straps or leather straps or whatever your heart desires. The bracelet does taper down to 18 millimeter. This one's still wrapped up. I will unwrap it at some point, and I'm going to show you the orange one. That one I wore multiple times, so I'm going to show you that one. Crown size, 5.9 millimeter screwed down crown, keeping 100 meter water resist, nice knurling on there, signed, and it has a forged carbon insert in there. And so does the case back, actually. And the reason they did this is because if you remember the diver, that had a forged carbon bezel insert. So they kind of want to have that tied together, to tie the brand together. So it has, you know, the glass back there, but underneath it is that thin mineral or forged carbon. So that's pretty cool. I like that. And then it's, of course, signed with their logo and everything. Now this one, the orange one, sized for my 7 1/4 inch wrist, maybe a little bit smaller now, weighs 96 grams. I took 2 links out. So, but and the links actually are really, the hardware, everything is really well sorted on this thing, as you can kind of see here. Also, it's gonna kind of stay looking like this because they DLC coated it. Now, typically you think DLC and you think it's like black or something, you know, like a colored coating. But this one instead has, let me silence that. Has it's more of a clear type DLC, and that's basically to achieve the scratch resistance of 1200 Vickers on this thing. So because titanium, you know, tends to like show scratches pretty quick, so this is going to make it a little more resilient. You can see if you look close, there's a little bit of space there for it to breathe while it's on your wrist. Now, titanium is already a metal that is fairly neutral feeling. Look at the shape of the end links, or the bracelet links, rather. So when you're wearing titanium and it's hot out, it's not going to feel hot. When it's cold out, it's not going to feel cold. It's very neutral feeling. The screw pins, I would definitely go through and check every one of them. I found a couple of them that were maybe like not fully tight. So if you're really, really worried about it and you don't have the ability to keep an eye on it, I would go ahead and back them out, put a little bit of that, you know, low quality, like purple Loctite, so you can still get them out and secure them down. So just a word of caution, you really should be doing that on any of your watches, but you can see how well those are done. It was very easy to size. You have a nice fold over clasp here, signed double pusher, and you have that on the fly toolless quick adjust for the clasp. So those are, and double post as well on that double pusher. So really well sorted watch. Very happy to add this to the collection. You can see those Lumicast numbers and markers are all the way around. The only exception would be at the 6 o'clock position. They still added the 6. They just dropped that little dot because you do have your date at the 6 o'clock position. So this is a complete watch. This is all you would really need. And it's a beautiful orange on this one. Nice kind of titanium colored handset there. I don't know if they're actually titanium. That would be pretty dope, but I didn't read that in the comments or in the description. A little bit of texture to there. Of course, the branding up there, Field One down on the bottom with a line for the script, and then 10 Atmos listed before that. You also have that 24-hour track on the inside. This thing looks great. Even if you look close, it looks great. And I love it on wrist. The black one, same thing. Black with a little pop of red. Gives us some good contrast. I think this is, I'm curious to know. I'll reach out to Mac. I'm curious to know, or maybe he watches this video and comments. I'm curious to know, like, which one's selling more. You know, like, did people gravitate towards the black one or the blue one? I suspect it's going to be, I don't know, because they're all 4 colors are like straight up good. But I don't know. I have this gut feeling that the orange one maybe isn't going to sell as well as, say, like the green one. I don't know. I could be wrong on that. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I only have the 2 in hand right now, so I'll probably get the other 2 colorways at some point just to kind of share them with you guys. But now, I went long enough. It is time. And I don't need to blast these, but I'm going to blast these because it just makes it even more spectacular. We're going to blast them with the old UV light. Turn off the studio lights. Lumicast is bonkers. It's super potent. It's, to the naked eye, it's super defined. I know there's some washout on the camera just because they're so intense, but it's really long lasting too. It will fade, but I noticed, like, when I got up this morning, because I was sleeping, so obviously my pupils were dilated quite a bit. When I woke up, I could still see this, no problem. So, but it will fade just like any other watch, unless you have a tritium watch. But yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. And again, big thanks for Canopy for like bringing the Lume and putting it in a really cool field watch. If this interests you, click the link in the description. Get yourself one. I don't think you'll regret it. I'll see you on the next one.